You are listening to The Tatiana Show. This show may contain adult content, language, and humor and is intended for mature audiences. If that's not you, please stop listening. Nothing you hear on The Tatiana Show is intended as financial advice, legal advice, or really anything other than entertainment. Take everything you hear with a grain of salt. Oh, and if you're listening to us on an affiliate network, the ideas and views expressed on this show are not necessarily those of the network that you're listening on or of any sponsors or any affiliate products you may hear about on this show. Now that that's squared away, let's start the show.
Hey there, it's time for the show, The Tatiana Show, where you make friends and talk life and crypto.
Thank you to our sponsor, blocktap.io. Please go to their website and check out their universal cryptocurrency API to get reliable cryptocurrency data. blocktap.io. In New York for Blockchain Week, make sure you come by 230 Fifth Ave for a special community event that brings together the brightest stars in crypto. Saturday night, May 11th from 6 p.m. to midnight. Join Tatiana Moroz, Michael Salvi, Naomi Brockwell, Bailey Rutzel, and more of your favorite Bitcoin friends for a night of music, comedy, and live entertainment. It's free to attend, so register now at cryptostarevents.com. That's cryptostarevents.com.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to The Tatiana Show. I'm joined today by Josh Shagala of Voltoro. Hey, Josh.
Hey, how you going, Tatiana? It's really lovely to be back.
I know. I'm happy to hear your voice. I did a fun interview the other day with Jess Mears from the National LP, and we missed you, but it was fun because, you know, the blonde Taraj was reunited. She's also a blonde libertarian, so I like finding my people.
The blonde Taraj.
Well, actually, the original blonde Taraj is me and Lynn Ulbricht because we're both blonde and we, you know, like to have fun, I guess. Well, I don't know how much fun it could be for her, but I try and lighten things up because she's always trying to get, you know, signatures and stuff. Actually, if our listeners are listening and they're, of course, familiar with the Free Ross case, they may not have signed the petition. They're currently petitioning for a pardon from Donald Trump, from President Trump. So if you are able to go to freeross.org and sign that petition, if you've already signed it, please make sure that you, I don't know, share it with somebody.
Yeah, and also check out the documentary Deep Web. I think it's still on Netflix, done by Alex Winter and Keanu Reeves, about the case and how what a miscarriage of justice it really is. So make sure to go see that and go sign that petition. Absolutely.
Absolutely. And they also have a railroaded series for people who want a really detailed breakdown of what happened in the case. I'm really excited because we're going to be talking about Venezuela today and the impact of crypto with Jonathan Kohn, who's the co-founder and CEO of Cripto Conserje. I really practiced that earlier. But before we talk to Jonathan, I wanted to make sure that we gave a little love to one of our sponsors. The local Maximum has been kind enough to sponsor the Tatiana Show, so I shall tell you all about them. If you are a crypto enthusiast and you want to improve your arsenal of understanding and intuition, check out this podcast called The Local Maximum. Listeners will improve their insight into areas like probability, the fundamentals of AI, and blockchain. The Local Maximum covers emerging technology through the perspective of machine learning engineer Max Sklar. Through guests and discussions, that knowledge is applied to the important issues of our day, such as fake news, bias in tech companies, and internet censorship. Tune in to The Local Maximum wherever you listen to podcasts or localmaxradio.com. That's localmaxradio.com.
Wow, really cool topics, hey?
I think so. And, you know, I think he's actually in New York, and I wanted to invite him and the rest of our audience. So as everybody knows, Consensus is coming up, which is May, I think, 13th through the 15th in New York City. And right before that is the Magical Crypto Conference that weekend, the 11th and the 12th, which is a Saturday and a Sunday. So my friend Mike Salvi, who's a really good friend of mine and a really funny guy, he's a comedian, we're basically putting together a music and crypto comedy night. And we're tentatively going to do it on May 11th. I'm going to have all of that confirmed in the next couple of days. We're trying to get a really beautiful venue in Midtown, and I can share more of that. But if people want to find out more information, they can go to cryptomediahub.com and look at the news tab. Underneath there, I made a post about the event so people can stay tuned. And I don't know, I think it's going to be really fun. There's going to be Bailey Rutzel from CoinDesk is going to do some comedy. I don't think she's ever really done that before, but she is very funny. So I'm kind of excited to see her little stand-up routine. And I'll be performing, and some of my musician friends actually all of my musician friends have crypto. So it's going to be pretty cool to link everybody together and something a little bit less stiff. I feel like consensus can be, a little bit financy, a little bit, I don't know, stiff basically. But this is going to be something laid back. It's a really nice time to meet some friends and stuff like that. So people come check it out.
Are you writing some comedy songs?
I don't know if I'm going to write any comedy songs, but I may do something funny now that you mention it. Yeah. I don't know yet. I you know what? First, I want to get this little puppy sponsored. And once I get the money secured in order to have the right spot, then we're going to do that. And even if I don't get a sponsor, we have a backup spot. So there's definitely going to be something going on that weekend. So people can keep an eye out. I wish you were able to come, unfortunately.
Oh, I wish so too. I was just telling, the last year was a total disaster trying to get to Consensus because of my Australian passport, and we're going to bore the audience with it. But man, I really wish I could come this year, but life happens and I can't.
Well, we can make it happen. No big deal.
Magic happens.
Well, I don't know. I'll be in Europe later this summer. I'll be in Riga for the HODL conference in September.
Nice.
That'll be super fun. And I'm going to try and butter you up and make you come. But anyway, listen, we have to get to the really important stuff. Jonathan, thank you so much for joining us on the show today.
Thank you for having me. It's a real pleasure.
Great. So tell me a little bit about your work and what is Cripto Conserje?
Well, Cripto Conserje is a project that myself and a few other fans of David Hay, started out with him. He made a call on YouTube to basically create a crypto education like airdrop thing in Venezuela and Colombia. And I got really interested about it. And so I joined his team, and unfortunately he kind of, due to the crypto winter, kind of fell off the map. And we really didn't hear from him too much, as well as the Hispanics in the group kind of saw some differences because we saw some rubs in the way that things were trying to be developed for the help. Mainly safety things, because we were going to be working in the city of Cucuta, which is on the border between Venezuela and Colombia. And as you guys probably know, that's not one of the safest parts in the world. So we really didn't want foreign nationals to be like, just slamming in here and turning it into some kind of, I don't know, like dangerous situation for tourists. So we broke off and created Cripto Conserje, which was more focused on merchants and merchant adoption. And we were going to basically drive the help through our merchants. And so that basically entailed our alpha, which is where we are right now. And the alpha project basically consists of a partnership with a couple of local merchants that are street merchants. We unfortunately can't use brick and mortar because in Colombia, cryptocurrency is still technically illegal. So it would be challenging for us to tell one of our potential partners, clients, whatever you want to call them, hey, use this thing and you won't be paying taxes on it. So don't worry about it. That's not really how we operate. So we really kind of have to make sure that we're doing things without getting people in trouble. And because these refugees, the merchant refugees themselves, they don't really pay taxes. It's a very informal street merchant type of setup. Then we were able to go to them and teach them and help them set up. So our first test, we started with one merchant whose name also happened to be Jonathan. And he ended up selling, I believe it was $10 to two different people in crypto. And that was our very first one. And we felt like, okay, we can do this. We can drive cryptocurrency adoption at the edges of the internet. And I thought that was really, really key and important for adoption.
Man, that is really cool. That is really, really cool. It's really warms my heart when I hear stories like this, because for me, cryptocurrency, that's what it's all about. It's about being, a rescuer in these crisis situations, and not just being some speculative, mad gains sort of just useless crap. I mean, it gets people rich, yay, all good, but come on, helping people that are living in really suffering in some of these countries is just superb to hear. And man, I've got to tip my hat to you, man.
Thank you. And look, it's not just me, it's my team. We have just some amazing individuals. It's not just our team, it's our key partners. We have Cointigo, Cointigo.io is a group of Venezuelan crypto engineers who have developed my favorite app in the crypto space. It is a hot wallet that resides on your SMS phone. So it requires no internet. And I call it layer 0 because basically Lightning is layer 2. This technology allows you to use multiple communication mediums to talk to your cryptocurrency wallet and multiple chains to talk to your phone number. So it's kind of like a hub for crypto without internet. And we think that this is one of the keys to adoption, is driving the adoption with the technology that is existing in the ground. So when we first started, we started with a tablet and with a paper wallet, and everybody was looking at us like we were crazy because we were using paper wallets. But on the street, that's what people understand. And moreover, if I hand somebody a paper wallet and I explain that's your bank account and that's your password, if anybody else sees this, your money is basically forfeit, because they can just take a picture, or if the internet sees it, it's out on the internet. They get that because now they've held it. But if you just explain that to them, it's just in one ear and out the other. So our program
sounds terrible too. Sounds scary.
Well, it is scary,
especially in a dangerous country, right? I mean, if that's one thing that I think Bitcoin and crypto still has against it, is the wrench attack, and that's unfortunate.
Yeah, but cash has the same issue, right? Like,
absolutely.
That's no different than cash in that sense. And so you have to use good operational security standards and procedures when you're dealing with crypto, just like you're dealing with any other financial asset. And that's what we're trying to do. We're trying to educate people. And then through the education, we give them this firsthand, hands-on use. So we go to our cryptocurrency partners. Our first 2 partners were Horizon and Packcoin, who donated. Horizon donated roughly about $3,000 so far, and Pack about $10,000. And we've recently are talking with Nolar, NOS. They're stable coin based on Nano. And then Ohmcoin, their developers, they didn't give us any money, but their developers did a lot of our early work for us. And then as far as the money that they gave us, we were able to then take that, build our website, build our infrastructure, and then take that to the street, build the classes. And so what happens is we go to the merchant, we teach him everything. We give him, if he doesn't have a tablet or a smartphone, we give him that. And then after that, we go to the people around him and we say, hey, who wants to learn a little bit about crypto and get $5 worth of crypto? And so we just very informally bring a bunch of people up and teach them the very, very basics. This is a paper wallet. This is a public key. This is a private key. This is Bitcoin, and just the very, very basics about the sponsor of the event and Bitcoin. We're really focused on driving initially Bitcoin, because we feel like you have to start with the control, right? Like that's the basics. And so they get their $5 after taking the class and taking a test on our website. You can go to our website, go to the airdrops link, and they basically answer a small quiz, which is exactly the class that we gave them. And really the purpose of the quiz is for them to give us their public key, which we verify against our created public key addresses. And then we fund through servers that Cointigo, our devs, have set up, an automated system for funding the wallets, so that when we're handing out the paper wallets, it's not cash. We do not want to give cash to our representatives and people on the ground, because that can be very dangerous, like you were saying. So initially what we're doing is we're giving you a class and we're giving you this bank account, but it's empty. You got to do something to fill it in, right? And so we're not just giving handouts. We're actually making people earn the $5.
That's fantastic. Yeah. How much do you work a little bit with the Lorenzo Ray and Alejandro and George Donnelly from Colombia?
No, we've really kind of butted heads a little bit with Dash. Dash is very much about Dash and nobody else. And we have been pretty much the antithesis of them. We are about everybody. And if you're by yourself, you're not with us. We're about the ecosystem and about education. And I can't talk about Dash and not explain Bitcoin. That's silly.
Yeah. No, that's right. I totally agree. This notion that when people try to silo themselves off, you know, a lot of people say, oh, you know, if you're a Bitcoiner, then you shouldn't talk about Dash. And if you're a Dash, you shouldn't. But, you know, it's not us against us. It's really us against fiat. And it's not even us against gold. We run a Bitcoin gold exchange, you know, where people trade Bitcoin and physical allocated gold in Switzerland, a high security vault. And a lot of people always say, oh, you know, Bitcoin is the new gold. It's competing against gold and fiat. And it's like, no, it's not. It's literally competing purely with government, fiat, and central banking. Of course, everything as an asset class competes. But in terms of currency and money, it competes with that. And, you know, seeing as Venezuela's doing such a terrible job at running their economy, you know, this is really the use case. And if it doesn't work in Venezuela, then it just can't work anywhere. So really, education is key here. And, you know, we've seen, what is it, like almost 40 years of encryption, and I can't remember, but a lot of years of PGP, and still people don't use it. And I think there's certain language that is at fault too. Like, I don't like the term public key. It doesn't explain to a newbie, hey, you put money into it. You don't put something into a key. You use a key to unlock. So, you know, I wish that we as a community would maybe talk a little bit more about accounts and private keys or something like that. But you know, everything that you're doing in terms of education is heading towards that direction of simplifying and making people on the street learn it and want to trust it.
Right. And it's all based on experience, guys. We don't have this grand plan that we're executing. We went out there with some very basic questions, and we're letting the questions drive the development of the project. So question number one is, how does Bitcoin work when there's no internet? Question number two, how does it work when the people don't know what, you know, they don't have very limited understanding of computing and technology. And so, like, you have the situation there. What's even more amazing is that we've now, through, you know, more activities with the community and everything, have started integrating art into our projects. And so we're mixing education, art, and crypto. And our last event really was kind of the pinnacle of that. We were able to get in a partnership with Cryptograffiti and with AirTM, and they reached out to us to be kind of their boots on the ground people to help everything get organized on the ground. And we ran an event where we fed 300 people. We gave them 150 of them got paper wallets. We had 15 kids doing crypto art. And then in the background of all this, Cryptograffiti is running the Airdrop Venezuela live.
Oh my God,
mural,
that sounds
right, taking down Bolivares. That he basically made this mural of Maduro made out of Bolivares, 1,000 Bolivares. And what he did is he set up a website where people could click on the Bolivares and donate crypto, and he would physically go up there, climb on a ladder, and take it down. And so the idea was for himself and the refugees to figuratively and literally take down Maduro. So his little project really inspired us and really drove home the point that crypto, art, and education do work extremely well together.
Man, that is really cool.
Yeah, absolutely. I just actually talked to Cryptograffiti this morning, and it just seemed like such an incredible project.
Yeah, we're really excited about it. So let me jump in real quick, because part of that project, so it started out as just helping airdropvenezuela.org raise some money for their initiative. But because we brought in the school where the event was raised, which is called Fundación Renacer, it literally means Foundation of Rebirth, they had shut down. And I called the guy because we knew him. We'd worked with him before and did some donations to the school, water and food and stuff early on. And he was like, look, dude, I'm sorry. We got to shut it down. The government says we need bathrooms, we need floors, we need a roof to be able to keep children. And I said, well, how about if I raise the money for you? And he goes, okay, let's do it. So he rented the place back up. He opened it for the event, and we held the event at that place. Well, we ended up raising about $8,000. But if we get up to $62,500, we literally can turn the lights back on, rebuild the school, put a roof on it, put floors on it, put bathrooms on it. And it will be the first, I believe it will be the first crypto hub in Latin America, specifically, with a charter to within its daycare facilities for Venezuelan refugees, also promote crypto education. And so we're trying to raise funds. We've been talking to AirTM, we've been talking to Maker, and we've been talking to Athena about collaborating and coming on board and helping us raise the remainder of the funds. And man, Cryptograffiti has been like our Lancelot on this one. He is just on it.
Awesome. Wow. Yeah, we had Cryptograffiti on the show.
Really a while ago. Yeah, that was his first interview. He always says that he felt really shy, but he's wonderful. Like such a talented artist. And you know, what I love seeing in the crypto space is how many artists are actually getting drawn to this now. And then to see it combined with these kinds of, you know, do-gooder activities. It's super cool. And
crypto
exactly
for good. Crypto
exactly.
for help. How about that one? Crypto for help.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah. Hey man, like honestly, while you were talking, Jonathan, my jaw was just open. Like, wow, that's just stunning. That's really, really cool, man.
Well, let me tell you what dropped my jaw. So right before Cryptograffiti, this is just wild to me. Right before Cryptograffiti calls me, one of the other crypto artists, Johnny Dollar, calls me and he's like, "Hey, dude,
another cool guy. Just holla at your dollar." I like Johnny too.
And Johnny taught me how to create basically crypto NFTs out of the art that the refugee children are making. And so we made the first one. It's on OpenSea. It's called Art in Protest. And it's basically our favorite painting from the very first one, which was done, I believe that was Christmas dinner that was sponsored by PAC. And I believe we had like 25 paintings that were made. And so Johnny helped me get the first one minted as a token. And so now we're working with him to sharpen up the smart contract a little bit and get it perfect so that then I can take all of the refugee paintings that are being made. And we're going to take a page from one of the Holocaust museums in Prague, and we're going to basically create a little museum of refugee art within the school if we ever able to get the school up and going. Because what struck me was that one of the guys, we were able to get together with Blockchain for Humanity, and Wojtek from Blockchain suggested the idea that we collect these paintings because he's from Prague, and he basically said, "John, the paintings aren't that good, but below it you can see what the children throughout their lives as they continue to go on, what that meant to them." And it's just they kept writing letters to the museum, and it was just, I mean, it raised the hairs in the back of my neck just kind of digging into that. And I was like, yes, this is just perfect. So yeah, it was really wild to kind of have all of that come together right around the same time. And so now we're kind of shaping it up to finish raising the funds and getting that going.
What are you up to next? So that's it then. Get that going.
Well, yeah, we're going to. I will be attending Consensus. I was invited to go speak at. I guess they're going to have like a fireside chat regarding rebuilding Venezuela with blockchain and cryptocurrency and what effects it could have. So I've been invited to talk there, and I'll try and raise some funds at Consensus. But yeah, you can go to our website and donate if you're interested. And yeah, once we hit the $62,500 mark, that school is going to be open, and we're going to be running events from there. And, our stated goal is 100 local merchants. And once we hit 100 local merchants, we're going to do an airdrop of roughly 300,000 paper wallets or SMS wallets. That's the ultimate goal of the alpha, at which point we shift gears and we start going more into what our business wants to be, which we want to be just what our name says, a concierge service for crypto for merchants. So if you're a regular merchant on the street, you don't have time to learn everything about crypto. You don't have time to know that there's staking, that you can masternode, that you can do all these things, that you can lend. And so we want to provide that advisory service to them for a very, very small fee, but continue to drive education and adoption through that.
Wow. Yeah. Well, our CMO is Venezuelan. And we've wanted to do something down that way for a while to help out in a charitable way. As I think as a company, it's good to help out in these sort of things. We're thinking also of letting people accept gold down there, because we heard that people actually panning for gold, breaking their back, doing this day in, day out, and then handing it over for Bolivar. Can you believe it?
My gosh.
This area is really rich in gold. So that doesn't surprise me at all. But the problem is that, like you say, they're exchanging it, probably under duress. At the very least, they're hungry and they're willing to take whatever this other person is willing to give them. So
so we want to trade it in for crypto, set up something. So maybe we should talk after the show.
Yeah,
about that. Yeah.
Awesome. I like it. So how can people at home, they're listening to this and they're thinking, wow, this guy's doing some good work. What can they do to get involved and how can they get in touch with you?
Well, so they can go to cryptoconserje.com. So CRIPTOCONSERJE.com. Sorry, it's a little hard, but it's in Spanish because our target market is Hispanic. And you can go on there on our front page. We've got explanations about what the projects are, who our key partners are. And if you scroll down a little bit, you can donate with Bitcoin, Horizon, PAC, Ohm, NAS, all our partners. We're actually willing to take anything. I mean, like I said, we're completely open. We're just promoting our partners who have helped us on our page. But if you want to help, reach us through the socials. We're on YouTube. We're on Twitter. We're on Medium. We've been trying to post updates of our events on Medium. We're a little behind, but also we're on Discord. But you can go get a hold of all of our social links on our website. And follow us on Twitter, follow us on YouTube.
Great. Cool. Thanks so much. Any final parting words from you, Josh, before we say goodbye? I want to make sure that we say thank you once again to our sponsor, The Local Maximum. It's another podcast, localmaxradio.com. So check them out. And also, please, everyone, go to cryptomediahub.com and find out about our event on the news page. The news tab will have some information. It'll be the weekend of May 11th, probably. Either May 10th or May 11th. You're going to get some comedy and some music right here in beautiful New York City. How about you, Josh? Any good news to parting words for our audience?
If you want to hedge the volatility in this space, and, April's been a fun, volatile time, you can hedge in allocated physical, insured, and audited gold sitting in a high-security Swiss vaulting facility and owned fully by you by going to vaultoro.com, vaultoro.com.
Awesome. Well, thank you, everybody. We appreciate you listening to the show. Make sure you check out all the episodes on thetatianashow.com or go to proofoflovecast.com and grow your emotional intelligence with me, Stephanie Murphy of Let's Talk Bitcoin, and the beautiful Lauren Kasovitz. So thanks, everyone. We'll listen to you, we'll hang out with you next time. Bye.
Bye.
What's the point of all this technology without a little love in our lives? Our hosts, Tatiana Moroz, Dr. Stephanie Murphy, and Lauren Kasovitz have come together to bring you Proof of Love. Go to proofoflovecast.com.
Ross Ulbricht is serving a double life sentence without parole for all nonviolent charges for creating a website. Please help free this peaceful man. Go to freeross.org and sign and share the petition.
For the show, the Tatiana Show, where you make friends and talk life and crypto. We gotta think and reflect and use lots of intellect with our hearts when we work together. I know that it can be so hard out there, looking all around and saying that life ain't fair. So that is why we will fight and stay up late at night, listening to the Tatiana Show. Thank you for listening to the Tatiana Show. Please follow us on Twitter at Queen Tatiana or on Facebook and Instagram at Tatiana Moroz Music. More episodes can be found at thetatianashow.com, and make sure you leave a review on iTunes and tell your friends. The Tatiana Show has been brought to you by cryptomediahub.com, a boutique marketing and PR agency for Bitcoin and beyond.